So Bowman-Deal then further move into discussing the various design options for small teams. So these are all 5-member teams, which help to illustrate the principle of how different structural forms respond to a variety of challenges. So the first one that they one boss configuration. This arrangement is where one person has authority over others. Information and decisions flow from the top down. Members communicate primarily with the boss versus with one another. And this structure works best in simple situations and not so much for tasks that are more complex or complex. The next configuration is dual authority. This structure gives two people given authority under the boss. So there's a management level that exists, so the information and decisions ultimately flow through them. And they are also given supervision, or they supervise the subordinates underneath their level. As well, information and decisions flow through that middle management level. This also works best when a task is divisible. It reduces the boss's span of control, freeing up his or her time to concentrate on the team's mission, strategy, and relationship with the higher-ups or other bosses. However, this management layer limits access from lower levels to the boss. So communication is also another feature of this. It makes it slower, which erodes morale and performance. Next is simple hierarchy. Simple hierarchy is a structure where there is a middle manager who is the only one who reports to the boss, and in turn supervises and communicates with others, and also supervises its subordinates. The structure further limits access to the top and creates friction between the operational and top-level managers. The fourth one is the circle network. So this one, or features of the circle network, is information decisions flow sequentially from one group member to another. Each member can add or modify what comes around. It relies solely on lateral coordination and simplifies communication. Each person deals with only 2 other members, therefore transactions are easier to manage. However, the downside or disadvantage of this structure is that if there is one weak link in the chain, it can undermine the group's performance. Each person deals with only 2 other members, therefore transactions are easier to manage. However, the downside or disadvantage of this structure is that if there is one weak link in the chain, it can undermine the group's performance. Fifth configuration is the all-star, all-channel network. So features of this structure is that it creates or allows for multiple connections. So each person in the group can talk to anyone else in the group. Information flows very freely. Decisions require touching multiple bases, so that's everybody in the group can input. And the morale in this structure is very high. As well, this structure works best when a task is very complicated or amorphous, and worse when tasks are simple. As well, characteristics of the members in the group is that they should all be team players and enjoy participation. They're all well communicators. They embrace diversity and ambiguity and are able to manage conflict. So what determines a successful team? In order to design an appropriate structure to have a successful team, first the following questions need to be answered and or considered. So here's the list right here. It's what is the nature and degree of dealings among individuals? What is the spatial distribution of unit members? And given a group's objectives and constraints, where does authority reside? How is coordination achieved? Which word best describes the required structure, conglomerate, mechanistic, or organic? And what sports expression, for example, metaphorically captures the task of the management? So that is filling out the lineup card, preparing the game plan, or influencing the game's flow.
The Dilbert episode titled The Prototype. So what this episode is about is basically Dilbert, Alice, and Wally have to create a new prototype together. there kicks in a sense of competition as soon as they discover that they're in competition with the infamous Lena team to create the best time machine idea. So the departmental rivalry becomes increasingly intense when it is announced that the winning team will distinguish if they are enough of an asset to remain at the present location in the organization, and if they're not competent enough and as much of an asset, then the losers will be transferred to Albany, New York, which is undesired. So Lena becomes more vicious of a team as she tries to brainwash others into joining her team. Specifically, Wally ends up joining her department, and soon enough she tries to do the same to Dilbert. So I'll let you guys take a look at the clip, and we'll talk about it after. Post-discussion.